Has your doctor, midwife or health visitor talked to you about being seen by a professional from a community perinatal mental health team? This video explains a bit about these teams and how they can help you and your baby. It's not unusual to struggle when you're pregnant or looking after a new baby. Family and friends may be able to help, but sometimes you need to talk to a professional. Your GP, midwife or health visitor are very familiar with the sort of problems that you may be going through and will be really happy to support you. If they think you need extra help, they may suggest seeing a mental health professional who specialises in treating illnesses like these. These professionals often work in teams called community perinatal mental health teams.
I'd been depressed in the past, and my GP gave me antidepressants which helped. During my pregnancy, the problem came back again. My sleep got worse and I just lost all my sense of enjoyment. I'd really been looking forward to having my baby, but I couldn't get excited about being pregnant. That made me feel even more guilty. At one of my antenatal appointments, my midwife asked me a couple of questions and then suggested that she could refer me to the perinatal mental health team for some extra help.
I'd always been a bit of a worrier, but after I got home from hospital with my baby, it got a lot worse. I convinced myself that something bad would happen to him, and I could see horrible images in my mind of him coming to harm. It got to the stage where I was staying up all night, watching over him. I had a routine for getting him ready to go out, but sometimes it would take me several hours because I kept on checking if I'd done things right. I was exhausted, and no matter how much help my partner tried to give me, I couldn't unwind. Eventually, I couldn't cope on my own with the thoughts in my head, so I mentioned it to my health visitor. She arranged for me to see my GP. He could see how hard it had got and suggested I had an appointment with the perinatal mental health team.
Perinatal mental health teams are groups of professionals that assess and treat women who have mental health issues during or after a pregnancy. Around 1 in 5 women will have some difficulty with their mental health at this time, and approximately 1 in 20 may benefit from seeing a mental health professional. Seeing someone from the community perinatal mental health team may help if things are not getting better with support from your GP, midwife, or health visitor. If you're already seeing a community mental health team and become pregnant, your psychiatrist or community psychiatric nurse may suggest seeing the perinatal mental health team as well for their expert advice and support. Teams vary in size but can include psychiatrists, mental health nurses, psychologists, and others you can see here. The team members are trained not just to help you, but also to help build your confidence and relationship with your baby if that's needed. They can see you in an outpatient setting, such as an antenatal clinic or your GP practice, or in your home, or by using video or telephone.
Shortly after my midwife mentioned the perinatal mental health team to me, I got a call to arrange an appointment with one of the doctors from the team, and she saw me at the same place where I went for my antenatal appointments, which was really reassuring. She spent around an hour with me, going through what was on my mind, and asking me about my pregnancy and my past. By the end, she seemed to have a really good understanding of my problems. Although I'd had depression before, it was really good to hear her say that I would get better again, and to suggest ways of speeding that up. We talked about going back on antidepressants and about talking therapies. She was able to give me information I needed to let me make the choice that was right for me.
Because I live quite far away from where the team is based, they suggested a video call. It was hard to tell the nurse about the horrible thoughts in my mind, but she said they weren't unusual when people were unwell. She showed me ways of managing how anxious I felt. She arranged for me to see one of the psychologists in the team too, and the nursery nurse visited on a few occasions to help me get more confidence and enjoyment from looking after my baby. My partner was able to talk with the nurse too. He'd been struggling with all that was happening to me, and she gave him some links to help he could get for himself.
Many health boards in Scotland have their own community perinatal mental health teams. In some areas, neighbouring boards may provide a service jointly to make sure you can get access to expert assessment and treatment. You can find out more about community perinatal mental health teams and how they can help on the Perinatal Mental Health Network Scotland website. There's also information on the different treatments available to you and your baby, and some useful information for your partner or other family members to let them know more about how they can help you and how they can get help for themselves too.